care? Do you want it banned, or do you think this is about government control? Rosenberg, you don't care about the TikTok convo at all.
No, because I know that it's performative and some sort of nonsense, and there's too many other important issues. And the only thing I saw it and I went, this is crazy. How are they getting this stuff done this fast? It just reminds me of how stupid the government is all the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the kind of nonsense that they focus. By the way, I have tons of major problems with social media, and I think there should be lots of regulation that there's not. But this specific issue, this like.
But you're like, really, TikTok?
Like, this is the whole thing?
I think for me, it was the fact that, to your point, I was triggered by how fast it got done.
Yeah.
B, remembering that this was a big Trump thing, right? Like, this was a big Trump thing. Mm-hmm. And it's getting pushed to the forefront now because, as you pointed out, it's performative and it's a part of the election promo.
Exactly.
And election marketing. Cast One, you're a big TikTok fan.
I'm a TikTok fan. I love TikTok.
What do you feel about this?
I feel they can't stop it.
Stop which part? It being banned or
how do they ban? Well, first of all, like, I'm with Rosenberg too. I think there's way more important issues than this. But at the same time, people are gonna figure it out, bro. People are gonna figure how to use TikTok, well, even if it's banned. So why are we wasting our time?
But it will definitely affect it, though, Cass.
I do think. I think another reason I'm passionate about it is I do think. People, I would love for people to actually see what's taking place, but hit me with the button because I don't think.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
People are either emotional because it's China, right, and they're triggered by that, or they're emotional because there are things on social media, like Rosenberg was saying, that we all hate, that our kids are being put in front of our kids, and but I hate that on all the platforms, so it's not even.
But also, like you said, Ebro's point was a really, really good point when he said that is really us. Because TikTok, for example, TikTok's algorithm is one of the most aggressive I've ever seen. Like, it's gonna show you what you are looking for, 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're in there looking for ridiculousness, it's gonna show you that. If you're looking in there looking for issues, like whatever you focus on, the algorithm figures it out and it puts it in front of you.
But TikTok doesn't do that to the kids in China. Well, guess what? I got news for you. The kids in China have a different level of discipline and culture than we got, y'all. I hate to break it to you. How about this? When it came time for us to all put on masks, guess what? China put their masks on. You know who had a problem? Us.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
But it's an
that's
election
why
year.
I just don't think. That's why I think it's about control, because I'm like, if you really cared about what happened on TikTok, I said when it comes to kids, you would fight for regulations, not to.
Right.
Get rid of the app altogether.
Right.
Or if it was really about control, you would, I don't know, take the app off your kid's phone.
Yes.
Or never expose it to them ever
They
until.
don't care. But if I was trying to get a vote from each and every one of you in this room and I knew that TikTok influenced your decision on me, I'm banning it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Period. But nothing else matters to me.
Yeah, but that's everywhere. You get influenced by Twitter.
But if I know,
but he's saying if research showed that this was a hot button issue, and I could get you to activate by creating this conversation on either side, right? Like I said earlier, there's Democrats who are probably like, yeah, let the Republicans push this through so we could get the young people on our side. On the other side, you have Republicans going, yeah, we need the people who are afraid of or are xenophobic or whatever to activate and against China and the fear of China, which has been a part of the GOP platform for many, many years. If we want them to activate and we show that we're also standing against China. Even in reality, we all do business with companies that do business in China. We all have participated as a nation in taking loans from China. China owns ports, literal seaports where products get brought in, produce, all types of things all over the nation. So, like, what do we have to talk about?
And we need to filter the information that our people are getting during this time right now, and we have zero control over that. So
is it St. Patty's Day for you, Rosenberg, or is it TikTok?
No, I'm fine with whatever.
I mean, you're wearing green Gucci today. You know what I mean?
True. That was my St. Patty's celebration today.
I like this call because the subject matter says Ebro has it wrong. I love that, Damon. Let's hear what you have to say. Is it TikTok or are we talking St. Patty's Day? Good morning, Damon.
Hey, good morning. We're talking TikTok, and what's up, everybody? I'm trying to squeeze all this in, but this hasn't been rushed. This has been going on for like 4 years. I live in New York, but I work in DC, and I've been following the hearings. And the app is really trash, man. Especially if you have Android. You don't get that certain level of control in the App Store, and that app can go just about anywhere on your phone if you have an Android phone. And then tying that into the fact that they can just control the national mood. The country has a duty to its citizens from an outside influence. And unfortunately, we're in an election season right now.
Right.
So, I mean, I think they're in this situation, they're doing the right thing.
So Damon, let me ask you with regard to national mood and misinformation, is this an extension of what was missed in 2016 when Facebook was, selling data all over the world and the national mood or misinformation was being spread rampantly, or is this or do we trust that or feel like we have more control because that's an American company?
Well, I think yes, I think it's a part of what happened in 2016. But I mean, an American company having access to the data and selling certain parts of it versus a foreign nation just having access to your phones are two completely different things. And that's really the issue.
And you don't feel like the data that's available on our behavior through Alphabet that they sell to advertisers around the world, or that Meta sells around the world, you don't feel like that is the same information?
I mean, what we're really saying is you're getting it through a third party when you're buying it, and then actually having the app on your phone, you're getting it from the source. Right. And I mean, the stuff I've heard, especially with Android, man, it sounds fishy. And I don't trust it.
There you go. Thanks for calling, Damon.
Thank you.
I hear you.
You don't agree, Rosenberg?
No, I hear what he's saying. I'm sure there is some validity to the fact that we've heard that for a very long time, that the TikTok app has a lot of access to things on your phone.
But wouldn't that be to Laura's point? Isn't that more about regulation and not banning?
That's what I'm saying. And
then there's also information coming out that I saw last night. I'm sure it's going to be vetted today, that 60% of the investors in TikTok are in the United States. And wouldn't those individuals also have some, who are owners, wouldn't they have some ability to regulate TikTok?
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Maybe.
But not necessarily.
But I could see how I'm just saying I could see there being some truth in there, even if the things that we're saying are true also.
Carmelo, you seem like you want to talk TikTok. Do you care that it's being banned?
I want to talk TikTok. I don't necessarily care that it's being banned, but I think that it's important when discussing it. You have to see the lens. I don't think things really unite our political sphere unless it proposes risk or power. And I think Shawnee said it earlier. Anytime anything risks power and our ability to control the narrative informationally, going out to the citizenry, you're going to see people say, "Hey, we got to get rid of this." And the fact is that because it's a Chinese firm, their government has access to that data no matter what, and that's a risk to the government. And the power being held here is if we take it away, we can influence people. So I don't think that it's the most pressing issue, but I think that's why it's being moved on so fast.
Yeah, we were talking about the fact, because I firmly believe that a part of this is a lot of the information on that was coming out of Gaza was spreading on TikTok. And so the news outlets here and the government here wasn't able to actually control that narrative like they would have, and like it happened on Meta, right? Like on IG, they was just yanking your video if it was something that they felt like was against their quote-unquote guidelines. Where TikTok, there was a lot of information moving around and videos moving around that I don't think that our government wanted this population to see, because they wanted to control it.
And the big part about it, though, is like it's rooted in the little bit of potentiality that the government could use it to affect us. When in reality, I think it's more about the power move than it is the risk.
There it is. Mm-hmm. Carmelo, thanks for your call. Rosenberg, you look like you want to say something.
Well, there is just stuff on TikTok when I do explore it that is just super sus. Like they're just.
But isn't that the same with all of them?
Yeah, but there's a way that things move on TikTok numbers wise. Like
the amount of people in TikTok using it is astronomical. Like when you really look at, I think, is it a third of the population 18 to 24 is on TikTok, I think is the number.
That's a big number. I just know that the algorithm that I don't browse on TikTok a lot.
Yeah.
But when I go in there, the algorithm that it feeds me is a lot of stuff on Israel, Gaza, both directions.
Was it because you searched?
No, I just ended up there probably staying on a video or two. And there's this one kid in particular who gets shown to me a lot, right? And he's fine. His opinions are fine. But he's literally 18 years old and waxing poetic on everything about this situation. And when I tell you each video has millions I mean, everything he says has so many views. And I'm like, it's just a strange feeling to me to know that this person is educating so many people, quote unquote, educating so many people on an issue when you're like, you're definitely reading stuff off Wikipedia right before you look into your phone and talk.
Right.
It just makes me uncomfortable, and there is something about TikTok, the way things spread. The numbers feel boosted.
Yeah.
Some of it, I'm like, nah.
35 million.
You see, it has 10 million likes. I'm like, 10 million likes. How many views does it have? Like, there's just stuff that is sketch about it. I do feel that way.
It seems pretty basic to me.
To ban it, you're for the ban.
I mean, I don't care either way, but I think the understanding that it's a hugely popular app. It's millions of influential people on this app, and you're looking for the votes, and it's about who controls the information and the narrative. So if I need these young voters, I don't need anybody outside influencing my people.
Well, no, except for my own people.
Right, but the part that you guys are missing.
Yeah, I want to be able to control education, ban books, and make sure that they don't have the information.
That's right.
Correct.
It's just like the block.
I think that the part that they're missing and the part that people don't actually browse on this app know, that if you don't look for that, it'll never show you that. I don't get any of that.
I only get music on mine.
You have to, Sean, you already have to be into it. Like, you already have to be into the.
Well, I don't think it's that, as much as we beat that drum over the years, Cass, I don't think people, and this is just from me being in radio and doing market research for many years, just for radio.
Right.
I don't know about any other society, but I can tell you about New York and America. We don't like being honest about who we actually are.
That's fact.
We don't like being honest about our consumption habits. We just don't. And we do not like people telling us what we actually are.
Well, but this gets into a nuancy sort of area because, like, for example, I like boobs. I don't need because I watched one video for them to start being like, we know what you want. You want boobs all day.
And then flood you with boobs.
So then you shouldn't like that on the app.
No, but like what I'm saying is, by the way, my TikTok, I'm good. I made sure I never went there in the algorithm because I knew that wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
I didn't need to be there all day. But to the point that you guys made of like, you'll never see it if you don't go looking for it. They can creep into you very easily through slick videos. They're able to get you through one video that makes you, let me see what's happening here.
Right. And you don't have to like it or interact. You just
But we're okay with that from Instagram?
Right.
Because I get it from Instagram too, but we're okay with it. And that's the dishonest part that I'm pointing out.
And it's a little worse because that one is, if you just happen to mention something around your phone, it'll pop up.
True. Crazy.
Crazy.
I don't think Shani or I are saying we're in favor, like Instagram's better.
Yeah.
Well, and the only reason I think it's an interesting topic to me is because here we are again, and I want everybody to write this down.
Oh, yeah.
We are here again, like we were during 9/11 and other times, where we're okay with the government setting a precedent for controlling information and what we can and cannot see. Once again, if that's what the people want, I don't give a damn. I don't even use TikTok. I'm going to go find what I want either way. I'm a grown-ass man. Right. But just know that your behavior has been being sold and monetized, whether it be from a domestic nation selling it internationally or an international company, in your phone.
Ebro, did you just hear the news that broke about cars and insurance companies? Where your car is collecting data on how you drive.
That's right.
And that information is being sold to insurance companies, and then they change your premiums off of that info. But they're not telling you that, but they have that information.
That's right. But it's okay because it's an American company.
That's right. That's the bottom line.
That's crazy.
It's about who controls the block. We don't care if, look, the governments and the gangs all run the same way. We don't care if we're selling poison on this block. You can't.
We're the one who sells the poison.
No. But Shani, I think we're clear on that. I think this conversation is you're playing yourself.
I mean,
that's what I'm trying to cut through.
The bottom line.
We can debate who's okay and who not. I'm letting you know you are being played. That's the reason I wanted to have this convo today. Let's go to Jay. It feels like people want to talk TikTok. Shout to Bakari, shout to Deanna, shout to Brian, Saeed. This is going to be the last call, though. Jay, what do you want to say? If they ban TikTok, what?
So my concern is I work in digital media.
Yeah.
There are tens of thousands of people that work at TikTok here in America, and it also may affect tens of thousands of jobs people who work within social media for marketing companies. So the banning of TikTok can possibly have that effect of people losing their jobs.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, wait, you thought the government cared about whether or not you have a job?
Yeah.
Oh, I got something for you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.